finding rhyme or reason in it is much different and much harder than just identifying what might be undervalued in a more linear sport like baseball.
This is all this big data stuff and the way these things go. This is a business opportunity for companies out there, right? Who want to provide this data to the teams, they want to provide it to the league, and they want to make some money while doing good for the sport.
These types of opportunities for these third-party companies are available because there's an inconsistency across the 30 NBA teams as to how much resources or how many resources they want to put into it, how much money they want to put into it. And there's a pretty big connection between the teams that are deeply into this and the teams that have been successful in the last 2 or 3 years.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. Translate now all this data and all this work that both the players and the teams do in your work. Translate that to wins.
Well, that's the goal. So there's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of development once you get your hands on things. I mean, you can identify a draft strategy and hit on a guy, but that doesn't mean that guy's going to be successful. Now you got to groom him, and he also has to play with the other players you have. I think analytics, like anything else in an organization, is a tool. And you need a smart organization to take advantage of the tools against the other organizations that might not be so sharp. So I don't think analytics leads directly to wins. I think team culture does.
Okay, so here comes the purity of sport question, and I will reveal my naivete. Don't you just want guys to go out there and play some hoops this evening?
You'd be surprised by how many players don't pay a lot of attention to this fancy data. And they don't want to hear like, well, hey, you know what, you're kind of mediocre from this spot on the floor, because then it gets in their head, they start thinking about it. One of the biggest issues that teams continue to have in analytics is not the ability to decipher the data, but to communicate the data and have the parties that need to use the data buy into it.
Andy Glockner runs a site called The Cauldron. His new book on sports and basketball specifically and the data therein is called Chasing Perfection. Andy, thanks very much.
I appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
The trials and tribulations of the Japanese economy are pretty well known by this point. The lost decade, which actually turned out to be 2 trade and currency gyrations, and for our purposes today, an aging workforce and an aging population overall. According to the World Bank, about a quarter of Japanese are over the age of 65, which by percentage